Hey guys, how the hell are you? Welcome back once again to Arnold Drinks. My name is Arnold, and tonight I drink. So first of all, a huge shout out to the bro, Mr. Eli Shot. Eli is awesome. Eli is a friend that I've had for many, many years. He and I actually used to be in a band together. Lo behold, when I started getting into whiskeys and checking out the various distilled spirits, come to find out, Mr. Eli is very, very much a huge aficionado of whiskeys, bourbons. He hooked me up with an absolutely fantastic care package with a few bottles in it for me to check out. A few bottles you are going to see in the near future on this channel, but this is the first that I'm going to dive in. This is New Riff Single Barrel Kentucky Bourbon. And it should also bear mentioning that this is a Lake Liquors store pick from Lake Liquors in Cedar Lake, Indiana. So Eli got this for me. Very, very much appreciative of you, bro, because this is not something that I find around me. This is something I've been very, very curious about. This distillery in general, I've been very curious about because I've seen them mentioned on various YouTube videos that I watch, whiskey reviews and best of lists year after year, checking out various reviews online, and I keep coming back to New Riff, and yet it's not something I've been able to find around me. So, yay, I finally get to lay my eyes and lay my hands on a bottle of New Riff for the first time ever, and you guys get to watch me take my first ever sip from this bottle. I am so thrilled. This is a single barrel bourbon, as I mentioned before, being that it is a store pick. Mileage may vary from barrel to barrel to barrel, so that's just something you gotta understand when you're checking out any of the single barrel stuff. But let's see if the one that Lake Liquors picked out is really, really awesome or a dud. This is 102.9 proof, so just below 51.5% alcohol by volume. So rather thin on the viscosity. It's not something that's super coating around the glass. Nice color to it though. Rather lighter gold than the bottle would suggest. The bottle has this really awesome kind of black fade starting at the top and working its way down. Let's check out the aroma. Ooh, right away hit with some brown sugar, a little bit of nutmeg maybe? Something grainy in there too, like maybe like a brown sugared buttered toast. Maybe French toast. Yeah, French toast is probably a good descriptor for it. Like a buttered French toast with cinnamon and sugar on it. A la mode. There's a little bit of a vanilla in there too, a little bit of caramel. Typical bourbon notes. I will state right off the bat, I don't know the mash bill for this thing. I haven't read enough into the single barrel to know what the mash bill is. But if I had to make a guess, I would say there's a fair amount of rye that's in there. Because I'm definitely detecting something that is menthol and herbal that's in there. So definitely something that's minty. I wonder if that's going to come back to bite me a little bit in the palate, maybe a little bit in the finish. Let's take a sip and let's see. So firstly, let me actually talk about the finish because that's so fresh in my mind. Finish does definitely have a minty and peppery note that is very, very prominent in the finish, and it lingers a little bit. So you're definitely getting a lot of that rye character in the finish. It's just very minty, very chocolatey, kind of like a mint chocolate chip ice cream. That's the note that's coming to my mind like right away. Mint chocolate chip ice cream, a little bit of black pepper that's in there too, just something that is tickling the back of the throat as it goes down, and then burning a little bit and lingering a little bit. So going into the second sip here, just so I can get a little bit more from the actual palate. Yeah, mint chocolate chip ice cream, but right off the bat, right when you first taste it though, there's a very prominent, I won't say strong, but very prominent cinnamon, sugar, and grain kind of note. The thing that comes to my mind is like whenever you go to like a county fair and you get like an elephant ear, and it's got sugar, maybe brown sugar even, and cinnamon that's kind of going across it. It's sweet, it's delicious. It has a desserty cinnamon character to it, not like a burning cinnamon kind of thing, but a desserty cinnamon thing. That's what I'm getting out of this. A very, very dessert style sweetness to it, but this isn't like a Brown-Forman sweetness bomb or anything like that. This is one of those things where it's kind of got like a grainy character to it. There again, elephant ear, maybe like a Cinnabon, but at the same time, like a Cinnabon to me has a lot more of like that glazed sugar, and that is not what I'm getting out of this. Just sugar, cinnamon, brown sugar, a graininess to it, and then it comes in hard with that mint chocolate chip ice cream note. What's strange to me is that there's not really any sort of fruit that I'm picking out whatsoever. I'm not really getting any apple. I'm not really getting any dark fruit or anything. I am getting a little bit of an oaky character, but that oakiness comes way more in the aftertaste than anything else. Thankfully, it's not something that's super prominent in the palate or the finish. It's more of something that once the finish starts to dissipate, you're left with this dryness in the cheeks that is a bit oaky, a bit woody. Honestly, for the most part, this is just something super nice and sweet. It's not super sweet, it's not super desserty. It's just kind of balanced all around and awesome. I kind of really like it, but yeah, I'm kind of curious what the mash bill is on this, because I am definitely getting that sort of herbal mintiness that's coming through. So there's got to be a fair amount of rye in this mash, but I really need to get my hands on some other new Riff stuff, because like I said before at the beginning of this video, this is my first time laying eyes and laying hands on a new Riff bottle, and if any of this stuff is as good as this, I need to check out more from new Riff, because I am thoroughly impressed by this roundabout $50 bottle, give or take a bit, because this is a store pick after all. So thank you guys so very much for tuning in. Once again, thank you Eli for hooking it the hell up. I very much appreciate you, man, and this bottle did not disappoint at all. I am very thrilled by it. Please remember to like this video, subscribe to this channel. A lot more content from Eli's care package coming soon as well, so stay tuned for that. But as always, please remember, take what you do seriously, do not take yourselves too seriously.